Hi everyone and welcome back to another Borderlands video. So in this one we're gonna be talking about Gemini Zane. So let's jump into it, guys. So first of all, I'd like to say that this one's made only for people who don't have DLCs. What I mean by that, we're not gonna spec at any point into the purple tree, and we're only using weapons and gear from base game. So let's go quickly over the gear and the weapons, and after that we'll go and see the skill tree. So first of all, we have the OPQ system. This is a must-have for Zane. This shreds everything like you've seen in the footage. I love this one. On next, for the SMGs, we have the Zane. I freaking love this SMG. This is one of the strongest weapons in the game, in the base game. It can come out in all the elements, so that's why we have 5 of them. We also have the Sondok, which is a freaking good sniper. For bossing, it will shred everything. So if you give this weapon to your clone, it will be shredding everything as well. But be careful, because the splash damage on this one will kill your clone. That's why I'm rocking the Shock Sondok with the Transformers. But we're gonna go back to that in a bit. So let's keep moving. For the SMGs, we also have the redistributor and the smog. So we also have a reflux, which is a must-have, but it's locked into corrosion, which doesn't matter because it's still gonna shred everything. We also have a bunch of monarchs. This weapon is probably the strongest weapon in the game, at least one of them. For the rocket launchers, we're using the Globetrotter, because for the splash damage and all, it's great on Zane. So it can depend on the build that you're gonna go for, but yeah. Overall, it's a great one. We also have the Hornet, which is locked into corrosion, but it's still a good one. So for the pistols, we also have the multi-tap, which I don't really like to use because it's an Atlas pistol, but yeah, it's a great one. And we also have the L-Shock. So for the shotgun, I've also put the Conference Call in fire and corrosion. It's in case if you want to one-mag bosses, because you can do that on Zane. So next we have the Storm, and the Storm may seem weak, but I assure you it is not anymore, because it get buffed recently, and thanks to that it's now a nice weapon. And finally, for the weapon, we have the Hellwalker, which is by far one of the strongest weapons in the game. I freaking love this one. It's not the best choice for Zane, but it will still shred. So let's go and see the gear. So for the gear, first of all, we have a bunch of shields. So we have the Transformer with the red suit in order to be immune to shock and radiation. With that, you're gonna be able to abuse the splash damage effect on all the radiation and shock weapons, such as the Sondok and the rocket launchers. So this is nice. So we also have a bunch of stopgap, one with Sentinel movement speed, one with ASS, because you can be immune with this one, and those 3 ones with ASE on them with the matching one. And finally, we have 2 other Nova shields, which are the Frozen Earth and the Nova Burner. So yeah, let's go to see the grenades. And the grenades on Zane doesn't really matter because we're not really able to throw them. And that way you'll have all the ASEs with the matching elements, so yeah. So let's move to the artifact. So for the artifact, I've only put this Snowy Victory Rush for running around and damage, since we're using Sentinel Cryo Anoints. And also the Elemental Projector Victory Rush for your bossing targets and stuff like that, because the damage will be bigger on this one. And finally, for the class mod, I've only put the Anti-Freeze, because in base game I don't think there's that many class mod for Zane right now. So I've put the Anti-Freeze with +5 into violent speed and +5 into violent momentum, so that's kinda up to you. And so let's keep moving with the skill tree. So first of all, for the purple tree, as you can see here, we did not spec anything into it, because for most of you, if you are watching this video, you probably don't have this one. So that's why we don't spec and we don't touch it at all. So let's move to the green tree. For the green tree, we did only put 11 points into it. We did go down to Distributed Denial. Honestly, those 11 points doesn't really matter. If you really want, you can spec them into the blue and red tree, but I don't really see where you can spec them. So I believe this is the best that you can get out of those 11 ones. And like I said, you can swap to the barrier instead of your clone, and you'll be able to amp all your shot that goes through. So this is nice. So next, for the red tree, we are down to double barrel, because this is a clone build. So we grabbed everything that we could for clone, like pocket full of grenades, hold you, boom and dance, quick brother, and the rest is kinda for damage. So 5 points into Synchronicity, 5 points into Donnybrook, 5 into Borrowed Time, and 3 here. So we could have gone with 1 less, like for Borrowed Time or here, to put into duct tape mode in order to be immune to only or splash damage. That could have been good. I didn't think about that earlier. So I'd advise you to get 1 point from the green one or 1 point from Borrowed Time or this one to put into duct tape mode if you want to have a better survivability. So for the action skill, we're using DigiClone with Which One's Real and Doppelganger. So let's move on to the blue tree, and for the blue tree, we're using Sentinel with Winter's Dawn and Bad Dose. And as you can see, we are down to Death Follows Close. This is a must-have. Same for Good Misfortune. I expect 3 points into this one. Honestly, you can also remove one from this to put into duct tape mode. It's kind of up to you. 5 points into Violent Violence, only 2 into Playing Dirty. Seeing Red is a must-have. 1 point into Salvation in order to stay alive. No need to put more into this one. 5 points into Cool Hand, 5 points into Violent Speed, 5 points into Violent Momentum, and 5 points into Cold Bore. Because we're not speaking any points into the purple tree. Yeah, we have some points to spare, so those Cold Bore, 2 more into Good Misfortune were those ones. So this is kinda it for the build, guys, so I really hope you'll enjoy this one. I'm gonna be continuing this series with the 3 other Vault Hunters, so next should be most tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. I really hope to catch you in the next one. Take care and happy farming.